Joy, good evening. Your kid is 4 years old now, so they should be getting ready for preschool to start here pretty soon. Good evening, Ellie. That's right, and the entrance party for it will be happening next week, actually. Honestly, I never thought the time would come for my little baby to have to grow up and start getting ready for something like school. And to think me, of all people, would get to experience having a child of my own and watching them grow. Well, we are all in our mid-40s now, right? Back when all of us heard about how you had just gotten pregnant with your first child at the age of 40, we were all shocked. But it's great that after 5 years have gone by, everything's turned out all right with your kid and there were no problems at all for either of you. Well, thank you for mentioning that. I've still got plenty of years left where I'll have to be raising a child in the house, but I know that my husband and I were always dreaming of this, so no matter how old we get, we'll make sure to put all our energy into them. Oh, that's right. I found out that my niece's kid will be going to the same preschool as your daughter. Oh, is that right? Her name was Jessica, right? She's your twin sister's daughter. Yes. And this year, she just turned 20, right? Yes, that's right. So, well, she had her baby at the age of 17, I think, and ever since then I really haven't seen either her or my niece any. And I haven't even heard anything about her boyfriend. A few people in the neighborhood I live in still seem to talk with her every so often, so I get all my updates about her from them. I see. Both of her parents ended up getting divorced, but you knew that already. However, they are both married again now, so things in her life have always been all over the place. I don't think Jessica has really even had a place to truly call home, and that's why for a while before she had her baby, she was always coming over to see me. But I'm thinking that after I started to worry a little bit about her being pregnant, she started to think of me as her annoying old aunt. And that's where our relationship really dropped off. I think she's even gone and blocked my number. But at least you have people in the neighborhood who are still in touch with her. That's true. I really am fortunate to have all of them around. And once preschool gets going for my daughter, I'm sure I'll run into Jessica some, so I can tell you how she's doing. Thank you, Joy. Anyway, my bath is about ready for me, so I'm going to put my phone down now. Sounds good. I'll talk with you another time. Hey. I heard that you're 45 years old. Pardon me? I'm just 20 years old. That's very young to you, right? Who is this I'm speaking to? Just a little bit ago, you were talking with one of my cute mom friends, and the both of you exchanged phone numbers, right? Well, I went to my friend after that and got your number from her. Okay. So are you seriously 45 years old? Yes, I am. Did you come with your kid's kid today because they weren't able to bring them to the party or something? No, actually, that kid happens to be my daughter. What? So that must mean at the age of 41, you gave birth to her? Giving birth to a baby at 41 years old? That would mean you gave birth while you were the same age my mom is now. The fact that a little girl has to grow up having an old hag as her actual mother is so sad. Poor thing. Considering you are way too old to understand what any of us younger moms are talking about, you are not allowed to become friends with any of us. Excuse me, but you are going on and on a little bit too much for my taste. How about you tell me your name first, before getting so caught up in what you have to talk about? Huh? Let's not talk about me becoming friends with you or not right now. First, I want to know about who I'm talking with and what exactly you're talking about regarding me being an old hag. If that's how you're going to talk about me, then I probably wouldn't even want to be friends with you all anyway. So, can we start by having you tell me your name and laying off that horribly rude attitude? Wow, such an annoying old hag. I might be annoying, but the fact that you're not giving me your name is pretty uncool of you. What? My name is Jessica. What? Jessica? Yes, and do you have a problem with that? For some reason, you're acting exactly like my old and stupid aunt, and that's really starting to grind my gears now. I'll make you pay for acting up like that around me. That's what you frickin' get. I came up right behind you without a single person noticing and kicked you square in the ass. I bet that frickin' destroyed your lower back. And watching you fall down after losing your footing was so wild. Oh my god. The fact that your little daughter came running to you screaming and crying, "Mama," was the cherry on top that I needed. Oh, how hilarious things have become. Oh, and another thing. I'm not very keen on you becoming a part of my friend group, but you are more than welcome to become my punching bag. Actually, that sounds like a great plan, all right? From here on out, I'm going to have myself an old hag as my stress reliever. Anytime I see you, I'll be coming your way with a punch or kick, so be ready for that. See you later, Grandma. Joy! Oh, hi, Ellie. I heard that you really hurt your lower back. Are you going to be all right? I'll be fine. I just pulled it a little is all, so there shouldn't be any lasting issues. I wanted to make sure things weren't broken there, though, so I went into the urgent care just to have it looked at. They had me transferred to the hospital because over time it became more and more stiff and I couldn't really walk anymore, so I'll be here for a few days. But don't worry, because by then I should be as good as new. Well, I'm happy to hear that things weren't all too bad for you, but having to be admitted to the hospital... Oh, because of what Jessica did to you? Oh, I am so very sorry for her behavior. You don't have to apologize for anything. You weren't there, so what could you have done to change this outcome? I know, but she is my niece, and that means I take partial responsibility for her actions. Honestly, from what I'd heard about her these past few years, she hasn't been all that crazy. There have been a few times here and there where she's had outbursts, but for the most part, she's been working hard at being a young mom. But I should have never taken what everyone around me was saying about her for granted. So before things get any worse with her behavior, I'm going to do what I should as her aunt and put the fear of God into her. I understand you wanting to really punish her for what she's done, but it seems that my husband is going to handle things regarding what happened, so maybe take a second to calm down first. All right? I'll be fine. I don't want you or your husband to get involved in any more of this. You make sure to focus on having your back heal up and tell your husband to take care of your daughter. Please. I'll stop by tomorrow afternoon to see you as well for a little bit. All right, I'll let my husband know. And thank you. Just don't get too carried away with her, okay? I'll try not to. Also, when the time comes that I need to talk with Jessica at all, can I please borrow your phone to do so? What? I guess you can if you'd like to use it. Excuse me? What should I say? The person that came to get your daughter today was a man. Was that your husband? If that's the case, then that man is way too good looking for such an old and wrinkled granny like yourself. I know that women are pretty much useless after turning 40, but when it comes to men in their 40s, they are just getting started. I might have to take him from you now. Just what I expected from you, Jessica. Huh? This is the end of the road for you. What? Who is this? Saying things like that to a person who doesn't even know you is a bit too aggressive, don't you think? I'm sorry for butting in on all the fun you were having there. I am your aunt that you've been avoiding for the past couple of years. Your Aunt Ellie? What? Huh? Aunt Ellie? What's going on here? Did you know that I've been best friends with the beholder of this phone number ever since high school? Her name happens to be Joy, and she is in fact a joy. What? I knew that you both were around the same age, but you're best friends? Are you kidding me right now? Right now, Joy is sitting right next to me watching all of this unfold on her phone. She was the one that allowed me to borrow her phone from her in order to have a word with you. Because you've had my phone number blocked for how long now? 4 years? Okay. Aunt Ellie, I went and unblocked your phone number. Now what? All right, thank you. I would like you to stop acting all vague right now, though. What was all of this about? Because I'm telling you right now that I don't want anything else to do with you or Joy now. Well, unfortunately, there's still plenty of things you and I have to talk about. So don't think you can get out of things that easily. Huh? Joy ended up having to go to the hospital. She had to go to the hospital? And she's been admitted into it. What? Because of you kicking her from behind, you went and hurt her lower back pretty badly. Luckily, she'll only be in the hospital for a few days as she has her pain managed and some therapy done to help the muscles. But it's going to cost her some money being there for a few days, and that will most likely not be cheap for her. So you are going to have to pay her a settlement for both those medical bills and for her time. Huh? I have to pay her? Well, of course. It's your fault she had to go to the hospital for this. You should be able to put together the pieces of this simple puzzle easily, Jessica. I don't have the money to pay for all of that, though. This isn't going to be something you can just get away with doing, do you understand? But I don't have any money. Well, I'm sure you don't. So don't be surprised that from here on out you will most likely be left for the streets. Huh? What are you going on about? Considering you only bothered to care about Joy's husband's looks today, you probably have no idea who he really is and what he does. All I know is that he's really good looking for being in his 40s and most likely has money. Jesus Christ. Then how about we catch you up to speed on what's going to be happening? What are you talking about, Aunt Ellie? Jessica, right now you're a single mother, right? Huh? How? The reason you were divorced was because you cheated on your husband. He ended up forcing you to pay him a settlement for what you'd done to him, and now you're paying that off little by little. You were then able to find yourself a small job within a small company and are now working as an office lady there. Right? Yes, but... And the CEO of that company you were just hired by not too long ago, he happens to be the exact same man you were just calling hot. Joy's husband. Huh? Now you're all up to speed, right? Not only did you have no clue what the owner of the company you worked for looked like, but you also went and sent his wife to the hospital. No way. This is a very small world, isn't it? How could something like this actually happen? Well, it's actually happened, so you should know the answer now. Right now, the CEO is here with me. He's with you right now? So far, we've all agreed not to get the police involved because of the fact that you still have a very young child with you, and because you are still having to pay off another settlement. But within the company, you have been up to a lot of bad things. Such as threatening other employees who don't do as you tell them, and also slacking off and leaving work early to go enjoy yourself. For the past year, I haven't heard anything really good about you from those that work with you and from those that know you as a friend. And now you've gone and assaulted the wife of your CEO while at a preschool with a bunch of kids around. None of that you've been up to is acceptable, and you will be punished for it. Tomorrow you will be spoken to in person about all that's to come. But just be aware that you have not been with that company for very long, and so the HR team has every reason to get rid of you for whatever reason they need to. So you will be getting 1 month before your fate is decided. What? No! You're lying to me right now, right? Why? I can't be let go from the company this early. I already had to drop out of high school after becoming pregnant, and then I had a baby and had to deal with the divorce. Finding a job was so tough for me, and so when I finally got one, I was really thinking that things would work out for me. Things were really starting to feel good to me. Then shouldn't you have started to take things more seriously, like the way you worked and the way you dealt with other adults? The fact that your reason for sending your CEO's wife to the hospital was because you didn't like how old she was and the way she talked. That kind of a reason isn't going to slide in this world. And saying things like, "I don't know," will not help your case at all. Of course, even had she not been your CEO's wife, things would still end up the same way for you. Now, considering that you don't seem to have any idea how to behave like an adult, and are expected to be the caretaker of your own child, we've all decided you need to be put under watch. So the whole family has decided that you will come to live with me now. What? Luckily, at my house, you will have people like your fairly strict uncle and your very strict aunt, as well as both of your cousins who are now becoming adults themselves to deal with. No! We are going to make sure that you get your act together and that you are held very responsible for everything you've done thus far. No way! After all of that, a few days passed before I got my settlement from Jessica that paid for all my medical expenses and the time she took away from me. She was fired from the company she was at sooner than expected by my husband, as he couldn't forgive what she had done to me. But luckily, she had a very well put-together aunt watching over her, so she was able to help find her a new job pretty quickly. And with how things are back in her aunt's home, she really has no freedom there, and if anything, her baby is getting more freedom than her. After about half a year had gone by, I went over there to see Ellie and everyone, and that's when I got to meet with Jessica again. I was a bit nervous at first, but I was shocked to see she had started growing into an adult, as the first thing she said to me was sorry before asking me how I've been doing. It seems that for the past 6 months, things like having to work all the time and not having any time at home to mess around, Jessica was forced to pull herself together. And so we can all now say that she's settled down a lot and is less abrasive to be around. I'm hoping that the next time I see her, she's even more calm and we can talk a little about what happened back when she kicked me down. A lot of things had happened with her at such a young age, so I really don't want to hold too much of that against her if I don't have to. And since both our kids are the same age, I think that as long as things go smoothly in the future, we can become close and friendly mothers with one another. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Liz, long time no see. This is your old friend Malaya. Have you been doing all right? What? I'm very sorry to have to ask this, but who is this again? I told you, I'm Malaya. I'm really sorry, but I have no recollection of any Malaya being a friend of mine. Huh? I am your old friend, Malaya. Jeez, Liz. You and I were going to middle school together at Jefferson Middle School in the town of Bay City. And we lived close to one another in that apartment complex. And then we met again at community college, right? What? Hold on, I always lived in a house with my family, and then I never went to community college or anything because right after high school I went to work. Huh? Also, my name isn't Liz. Oh? Did you change your name or something? No, I did not. What I'm saying is that my name isn't Liz whatsoever. What the heck? Come on now, I already know the reason why you're telling me your name is not Liz anymore. You can stop trying to hide your true feelings from me. I have no idea what you're talking about, though. Then tell me, what's your actual name? You don't have to know what my name is. I don't feel comfortable telling you now. Then I'm going to continue calling you Liz, because that's who you are. Ugh. My name is Riley. That's my name. Really? I know that's not your actual name, because your real name has always been Liz. Now, stop trying to hide from me and let's chat. What? I'm not trying to hide from you because I don't even know who you are. Yeah. I'm tired of going on about that stuff, so let's just get to the juicy topic. juicy topic?
I'm taking your husband from you.
Excuse me? My husband?
Recently, I came back to Bay City, all right? I learned about that really rich son of that family, the Rochesters, Mike. And I was thinking that it was so mean of you to be able to have a man like that all to yourself when I have nothing. So I went and stole him from you while I've been in town.
Bay City is in Michigan, right? Well, I don't live in Michigan anymore. And when I was living there, I wasn't living in Bay City or even close to that town. I happen to be single still, so there's no way I've had a rich boyfriend or husband like the one you're going on about right now. I can see that you're confusing me with someone else, but haven't noticed any of that yet.
Listen here, Liz.
My name is not Liz.
I'm Riley. I get you wanting to run away from the reality that your old friend has gone and stolen your husband from you, as the truth must hurt you a lot. But this is something you will never be able to look away from. So listen to me right now.
You have the wrong person. How about you listen to everything I'm telling you?
This is just like all those dreams I've had. Stealing your husband from you and becoming rich myself. Now I'll be able to pay off that $50,000 of debt that I'm in and live in that giant mansion of his.
You said your name is Malaya, right?
What do you want now, you big loser?
Let me tell you this one last time. I am single right now, so who the hell are you and what are you talking about?
What?
I have no idea who this Malaya is and have never met anyone with that name before in my life. And also, my name is Riley. R-I-L-E-Y. Riley. My name is not Liz or Elizabeth. Now cut all of that BS and stop texting me about whatever crap you're doing.
What? You just never know when to give up, do you? So that's why, Liz?
My name is Riley. Screw off.
Oh, come on now. Anyhow, Mike is all over me now, and he'll be letting me live with him in his mansion and with all of his money from now on. Get that divorce from him soon, please.
Riley, it's been a while. Sorry for coming out of nowhere here. But can you let me know whether or not this is still Riley's number or if you're someone completely different?
What? Anna?
It's been years. And yeah, this is me, Riley. How have you been doing? I guess I've been fine. Anyway, this is still your phone number, so I don't have to do anything for you. Now, I think I've fixed and confirmed all of that crap and can finally stop looking at my phone for a bit.
What are you talking about? Why did you have to check and make sure this was my number still?
Oh, I'm really sorry about all of this. You know how I have that little sister of mine who's a few years younger than me?
Oh, that's right. She's more than a few years younger than you, right?
True, since she's in her third year of middle school now. Anyway, while we were together recently, we got into a bit of a fight with one another. And, well, she went and took my phone and went through all of my contacts, changing all the names of everyone in there.
Really?
So in order to try fixing everything, I've been going through all my contacts and asking them who they are to make sure I have the right number to the right name again.
Wow. That's gotta suck a little. But shouldn't your phone normally be locked or whatever?
Yeah, well, normally people would do that, but I'm really lazy and don't want to type in some passcode all the time. So I just leave it unlocked most of the time.
Wow. That's very brave of you to do something like that. But maybe now you're going to change your mind about leaving your phone unlocked, right?
Yeah.
So what did she end up changing my name to in your contacts?
She changed yours to Liz.
What? Liz?
That's the name of an old friend of mine from back in community college.
Wait. Can I ask you something right now?
What's that?
Recently, have you met with anyone by the name of Malaya?
What? Malaya? She had been going to the same community college as Liz and I, actually. And after we all graduated from there, she came with me to work for the same company, so I see her almost every day. So have you met with Malaya before, Riley?
Not at all.
Then why do you know about her?
Listen, for some reason, I got some texts from that Malaya girl, and I have no clue what was going on. And after some talking back and forth, I came to learn that she was mistaking me for someone named Liz, although she didn't want to accept that fact.
What?
I tried many times to get her to believe that my name is Riley, but she just wouldn't, and that got me pretty peeved by the end of our conversation.
Oh my gosh.
This is only a possibility, but I'm thinking when your little sister went into your phone and changed all your contacts, Malaya was able to see Liz's contact info somehow, but with my number instead of hers. Do you think something like that could have happened recently?
I think something like that is very possible. Yesterday there was a little party after work. She had been sitting next to me at our table, and as I got up to go to the restroom, I'm sure she had enough time to take a look at my contacts. The both of them, Liz and Malaya, are my friends from back in middle school, and I met again in college. And, well, before the end of middle school, Malaya got into a fight with Liz, and then her dad ended up having to move out of town, and so they never made up before that happened. So, I'm assuming they were never able to exchange one another's contact information before she had to move away. And when they met in college again, they weren't as close to one another, so they never did anything from there.
I see. So that's what's happened between Malaya and Liz.
Damn, things have become a bit more complicated now, haven't they? I'm sorry about that. Up until now, I haven't really talked with Malaya much besides on our work phones about work-related things, so I'm really not sure what's been going on with her. I don't actually have her private number anymore, I think.
You were all in the same college and knew one another since middle school, yet all seemed to be so distant from one another.
Well, I've just never really wanted to have anything to do with her. And I think the same can be said for Liz. So I really want to know now, why does Malaya want to talk with Liz so badly?
From what she was telling me, it looks as though Malaya's stolen Liz's rich husband from her.
Huh? Well, I think Malaya's making a big mistake there.
What? How so?
I'm sorry to have to ask this of you, but can you take screenshots of all the things Malaya's said to you and send them to me, please? I want to try talking with Liz about this.
Can do. Just give me a few minutes.
Thanks for all the screenshots. Damn. This is all just horrible to read through. I can't even be bothered with some of it. And wait, Malaya's in $50,000 worth of debt now?
Well, she did mention that, didn't she? You can tell by how fast she was bringing everything up to me that she gave zero craps about me not being Liz.
Well, I can see how things got this bad for her, though. She's just your basic office lady when it comes to her work, and there's been no way she's made the kind of money needed for all those brand bags she brings into work. She also seems to hire plenty of men to do things with her. So that's where she's gotten all the money from.
So Malaya's normally pretty bad?
You could say that. She loves good-looking men and money and is a very selfish person. She never listens to anyone and loves to get into fights.
I wonder how she was even able to find a job at that company.
Seriously, though. There have also been rumors about her picking on other women due to the fact that she's beautiful, but that her beauty isn't all that natural.
Is that right?
Well, anyway, I'll let Liz know about this.
Oh, please do, and thank you. Hey, Liz. I was wondering why you were taking so long to get that divorce, and now I'm being asked to pay a settlement? I told you to hurry up and get that divorce. As long as I'm able to become Mike's wife, then I won't have to care about that settlement because he'll be able to pay it all off for me.
Long time no see, Malaya. I have told you this so many times now, but my name is not Liz. My name is Riley. Have you heard from your coworker and old friend Anna about the fact that her and her little sister got into a fight and her little sister went and changed all the contacts around in her phone?
What? Anna?
Anna was a friend of mine from high school, and we still occasionally talk with one another now. I heard from her that her little sister went and changed my name to Liz inside her contacts. So I really do think you mistook me for Liz because of that change in her phone.
What? So then, this really does mean that you're not Liz?
That's right. I'm not her.
What? Are you serious right now? Well then, I guess the only option I have left now is to go right to that mansion of Mike's and ask Liz in person to divorce him and get out of there.
I know you're not going to want to hear this from me.
What?
That mansion just so happens to be Liz's mansion.
Huh? Why do you say that?
It sounds like ever since Liz graduated from college, she's started her own company and has been doing very well recently. She married Mike around the same time she started her company. And at that time, Mike's father's company ended up going under, and so Mike wasn't able to get anything from his family. So at that time, Liz stepped in since she was financially stable and paid off the mansion they moved into, since he wasn't going to be able to do so.
Wait. Liz went and paid for that mansion then?
That means that the owner of that place is Liz, and that if her and Mike get that divorce, she'll be the one getting to keep the house.
What? You're kidding me.
Also, because of the fact that Mike no longer has a company coming to him, he is currently without a job, and the company will be renamed and taken over by someone else who bought it.
Huh?
Well, I shouldn't say jobless. Rather, he's just going to be working for his uncle's company as a base-level employee now.
A base-level employee?
Because of that current situation he's in, I hear that it's been Mike asking Liz not to divorce him, as he's in no shape to be kicked out of her mansion.
What the heck?
But he's getting divorced by Liz and will have to pay her a settlement while also being kicked out of that place.
What?
Liz heard about all of this going on from Anna after I went and talked with her about what you'd said to me.
You're lying, right? I went and stole Mike from her thinking he had all this money. And I'm in major debt right now. Now I'll have to pay a settlement? And I won't be able to live in that mansion now.
Are we done here then?
What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
I'll be going now.
What should I be doing right now?
After all the crap that Malaya girl was talking to me, saying she had stolen my husband even though I'm single, and not even recognizing that I'm not Liz, it took but just one day for her antics to be shut down. And thank God that everything ended then with her, because I wasn't going to last much longer talking to an idiot like that. As for that Malaya, her debts only grew larger, as she now had to take on a settlement from the real Liz, and that means she'd have to borrow a lot more money. In the divorce, Mike learned that Malaya only really wanted him as her ATM, and so he moved away from everyone in an attempt to escape from her, because she would not stop asking him for help. Liz also made some major changes with the divorce, as she went and sold the mansion she was living in, as it was too big for her anyway to be living in on her own. She has stayed in town still, since she has her own company to manage, but she picked a smaller house closer to Anna's place where she'll live now. It sounds like her and Anna are becoming closer to one another again, since they kind of stopped talking after college as well. And I'm sure that after the tip about Malaya that Anna gave, Liz is going to be forever thankful. With not a single person around, Malaya's had no choice but to dip her hands into some pretty scary loans from very scary people. There were talks about her hanging around gang members trying to get money from them, and also loan sharks who she was trying to get some large loans from as well. Even though we aren't for sure who she got the money from, she was able to find someone willing to give her enough to pay off that settlement and the debt she had with the bank. Because after a few weeks, the settlement to Liz was all paid off, and since then there's been no word about what's happened to Malaya, or where she even disappeared to. So let's just say she's moved on to the next step in her life, which is making that money back and paying off the scarier men she's involved with now.